Hello and welcome to Rathod's IS. Welcome back to this Indian Geography series. We are going to see the last topic of this second chapter, that is Indian islands. So why islands are important? So here you have to know about the formation of islands and different types of islands. And in India also we are having different island groups. So what are these island groups of India? So why islands will often seen in news? So why Vanuatu came up with this United Nations UNFCCC? So what is the petition of this Vanuatu, and why this Guam Islands is seen in news? To know all those things, watch this video completely without skipping anywhere. So here, first of all, let us try to understand what is the meaning of island. So here we are having a piece of land, and this piece of land which is surrounded by water on all sides. So on all sides, so this land is covered by the water, and this is called as an island. So if you're talking about the types of islands, we will be having commonly two types. So first one is continental island. First one is continental island and second one is oceanic island. So what is the difference between this continental island and oceanic island? So these islands, that is continental islands, they were formerly the part of mainland. So if it is a mainland, actually earlier they were part of this mainland. But now this part which has been detached. So why it detached? Because of a shallow lagoon or any deep channel, or because of increasing of sea level. So this is a problem now we are facing, and because of submerging of low-lying areas. So because of all these reasons, whenever this part of the mainland which detached from this mainland because of this lagoon or any channel or increasing of sea level, and because of submerging of low-lying areas, so they mainly comes under this continental islands. And in this continental islands also we have subtypes. So first one is individual island. So first one is individual island, second one is archipelagos, and third one is island arcs. So these are the three types of islands that we can see in this continental islands. So what is this individual island? So this island which is present just, so if it is a mainland, so just beside the mainland we can see these islands are present, so that we can understand once they were part of this mainland. And archipelago is nothing but we will be having the group of islands together, and they will be having different shape, and they might be also having the different sizes. And next one is island arcs. So these are the islands which forms an archipelago in a shape of loop, around the mainland. Around the mainland, whenever they are forming a shape of loop, so such type of islands are called as islands arc. So here we can say these island arcs, they are continuation of mountain ranges which can be traced on the continent. So these three types of islands, like individual islands, archipelagos, island arcs, so they are called as continental islands. And second group of islands is oceanic islands. That means in ocean we can see, if this is the ocean, so in ocean we can see small islands. So they are normally isolated islands. So from mainland, if you see the distance where they are located, so it will be like thousands of miles of distance which is present from the island and the coast of mainland. And actually one more important difference between this continental island and oceanic island here is flora and fauna, that is biodiversity. So flora and fauna will be also different. Okay, so in continental islands, so flora and fauna it is normally same, but in this oceanic islands, so flora and fauna it is different. And even in this oceanic islands, they are sparsely populated, they are less populated. Okay, so these are some important differences between this continental island and as well as oceanic island. So in this oceanic island also we have different types. So first one is volcanic island, second one is coral islands. So if we're talking about this volcanic islands, so you might be knowing about this mid-Atlantic ridges, right? So inside the ocean also we will be having mountains, hills like that. So whenever the top of the hill or the mountain which is seen, so this part is called as volcanic island. So many islands, they are actually topmost part of the cones of volcanic mountains. So these mountains rise above this oceanic bed or oceanic level, then that is called as volcanic island. And coral islands, so they are mainly formed by coral animals, and especially we can see near the shores of mainland, and even in between or in the middle of oceans also we can see this coral islands. So this is about the types of islands. Now you have to see the different island groups of India. So this is the main part of the lecture. So here we have to see the different island groups of India. So in India we have oceanic islands and as well as continental islands. So we are going to see both, and one homework for you is you have to take the map of India and you have to mark important islands. So if we're talking about Indian islands, we have two large island groups. So those island groups are, the first one, it is present in Bay of Bengal, and second one is present in Arabian Sea. So in Bay of Bengal we have Andaman and Nicobar, and in Arabian Sea we have Lakshadweep Island. So now let us try to see some island groups of India. So we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep Islands in Arabian Sea. But one important difference between these two island groups is nature of formation. So how they formed. So as you all know that Indo-Australian plate which is moving towards northwards, and finally it hit this Eurasian plate. And because of this hitting of this Eurasian plate, that led to the formation of Himalayas. So in the similar way, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands also formed because of collision of Indian plate with this Eurasian plate. And if you're talking about the formation of this Lakshadweep, which are present in this Arabian Sea, so they are group of corals. So they are not based on the tectonic origin. So they are coral islands. But Andaman and Nicobar, it is based on plate tectonics. They formed based on plate tectonics because of collision of Indian plate with this Eurasian plate, as similar as formation of Himalayas. So this is very important prelims fact, students. And now this Lakshadweep, which is also the part of Reunion volcanic hotspot. And now let us try to see some important islands. First one here is Andaman and Nicobar Islands. As you know, this Andaman and Nicobar Islands located in Bay of Bengal. So first and the foremost important thing is it is located in Bay of Bengal. And it is a group of 265 large and as well as tiny islands. And in this Andaman and Nicobar, we have some main islands like North Andaman, Middle Andaman, South Andaman, like that. So here you have to know some geographical features of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So here we have some important features like passages. So first and the foremost thing is you have to know about this Duncan Passage. So this Duncan Passage, which is mainly separating Little and South Andaman. So Little and South Andaman is separated by Duncan Passage. So what are the facts that I am saying now? So that will be very important for your prelims. So Duncan Passage, which is dividing Little and South Andaman. And one more thing here is 10-degree channel. So this 10-degree channel separates Great Andaman from Nicobar. So we have Andaman here and Nicobar here, and it is separated by here 10 degrees channel. And one more thing here is we have Great or Grand Channel. We have Grand Channel. So through this channel, which connects Indonesian islands of Great Nicobar and Sumatra, they will be connecting. And next one is Coco Strait. So this Coco Strait separates Myanmar's Coco Islands from North Andaman Islands. And if you see the world's southernmost island, so this is also very important prelims fact. So world's southernmost island here is Great Nicobar Island. So this Great Nicobar, it is the biggest of Nicobar Islands, and it is also the world's southernmost island. And next one is you have to see the active volcanic islands in this Andaman and Nicobar. So we have Barren and Nicodrum. So Barren Island and Nicodrum Islands are volcanic in origin, and they located towards the north of Port Blair. They located towards the north of Port Blair. And here you can see the tallest mountain in North Andaman, that is called as Saddle Peak. So Saddle Peak, it is the tallest mountain in North Andaman. And if you see the vegetation of this Andaman and Nicobar, so we have tropical rainforest here, and we have mangroves which are present here. And actually the economy, we can see there is a economy of this Andaman which is depend upon tourism. And one important plantations or razor here is coconut plantations. It is very much famous for this coconut plantation. And one important animal species here is giant robber crab. Okay, giant robber crab which is present here. And recently our government came up with this development projects in this Andaman and Nicobar. So because of this, we have some concerns regarding the environment issues, and even some species like leatherback turtles and as well as giant robber crab. And especially we can also see dugong. Dugong, it is a sea mammal or sea cow which is seen across these Andaman Islands, and it is a state animal of Andaman. So this is about Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and now let us have a look over map. So here we have Andaman, and here we have Nicobar, and here we have 10 degrees channel. So north to south arrangement of these islands is very important. To the north we have North Andaman, Middle Andaman, Lower Andaman and Little Andaman. North, Middle, Lower and Little. And in the Nicobar we have Car Nicobar to the top, and here we have Little Nicobar and Great Nicobar. So this Great Nicobar, it is the southernmost. And now let us see the next island, that is Lakshadweep. So this Lakshadweep Islands located in Arabian Sea. Where it is located? It is located in Arabian Sea. And it is a group of 36 islands, and the total size here is 32 square kilometers. And important islands of this Lakshadweep were Kavarati, Agatti, Minicoy and Amini. Actually, previously these islands, they are known as Lakshadweep, Minicoy and Amindivi. So these are the earlier or the previous names of this Lakshadweep Islands. And if you are talking about administrative capital, that is Kavarati itself. And actually they are part of Reunion volcanic hotspot. So this is a very important prelims question. And they are mainly formed because of these corals, or they are called as coral deposits. And here you have to know about 8 degrees channel and 9 degrees channel. So 8 degrees north latitude which separates Minicoy and Maldives, and 9 degrees channel separates Minicoy and Lakshadweep. And especially one important island of this Lakshadweep is Spiti Island. So this Spiti Island is home to sea turtles. So it is very much famous for these sea turtles. and even pelagic birds. And this island, that is Piti Island, which has been designated as bird sanctuary. So this is also very important fact. And in this Lakshadweep, we can't see hills, streams or valleys. So these are some important facts. And now let us have a look over the map. So this is Lakshadweep Islands, and here you can see the small islands are present together, and here you can see Kavarati. Okay, and here this is 9-degree channel, and here we have Minicoy, and here 8-degree channel is present. And you have to see some important islands like Agati here, Amini here, Bangaram here. Okay, so these are some important islands that you have to see. And now let us try to see other important islands. For example, New Moor Island. So actually it is a very tiny uninhabited sandbar landform, and it is seen in this Bay of Bengal itself, and it is present in the coast of Ganges and Brahmaputra Delta. So this New Moor Island is also called as South Talpatti and Purbasha Island. So actually why this New Moor Island is important, because it is claimed by both India and Bangladesh because of rumors that this island which is having oil and natural gas deposits. So because of this rumor, so this island which is claimed by both India and Bangladesh. And next one is Diu Island. So this Diu Island which is present on the offshore of Kathiawar, and it is a small offshore island which is seen in the coast of India, and especially it is present in the Gulf of Cambay, and this region is very much important for this limestone cliffs, rocky coves and sandy beaches. And next important island here is Majuli Island. So Majuli Island, it is very much famous because it is a riverine island. So whenever river is flowing like this, so in this river we have this Majuli Island. So in this river Brahmaputra we have this Majuli Island in Assam. And actually this Majuli Island which formed because of the shift of Brahmaputra river. So whenever shifting of this course of river is happening, so because of this island which formed. And this Majuli Island, it is home for spiritual Assamese Neo-Vaishnavites. So this will be very important prelims fact. And some other islands are also important like Abdul Kalam Island. So this island is called as Wheeler Island. So it is a small island present on the coast of Odisha, and it is the modern missile testing facility which is present now. And the Sagar Island. So Sagar Island is located in Bay of Bengal's Ganga Delta region, and this Sagar Island, it is one of the significant Hindu pilgrimage site. And next important island here is Hilly Day Island. So actually this island which is part of Sundarbans, and it is present in the state of West Bengal, and it is situated in this river Malta. So it is also one of the riverine island, and it is also classified as wildlife refuge. And next island is Monterey Island. So this Monterey Island, it is a group of islands that is seen in Kerala, and actually this Monterey Island which is present at the confluence of Astamudi Lake and as well as Kallada River. So these are some important island groups that are present in our country. So apart from this, we are also having other islands also, but these are very important. So here you can see the classification of islands, the thing I said in the introduction, like continental islands, oceanic islands, so different types. And next we have to see what is the significance of these island groups. So why always islands you are seen in news? Some islands they are focusing on climate change. Some islands they are mainly saying that we are not providing any naval bases for any other country. Especially Guam Island, Vanuatu Island, they will be seen normally in news. So what is the importance and what is significance? So if you're talking about the importance of these islands, so they will act as naval and military bases. For example, if there is a country here, so here we have islands means, so this country will be acting as a military and naval basis for this country. And in oceans and seas, so these islands, they can be also used as surveillance and communication. And these islands, they will be also providing naval ports in the oceans that will helpful for the trade. And most of the islands, they are mainly developed for tourism, especially Maldives. Maldives economy is dependent upon the tourism. And whenever there is a tourism destination, or whenever we are developing that so and so island as a tourist site, then that will be helpful for job creation also, or we can get some additional job opportunities. And they will be also acting as entry and exit sites to the Pacific Ocean. For example, Andaman and Nicobar, which acts as entry and exit site for this Pacific Ocean. And next one is, whenever there is any symmetric and asymmetric battle which is happening with any country, so we can launch missiles from there. So because of this, we can use these islands as launch platforms. And next one is, these islands, they will be providing exclusive economic zones. Okay, so they provide huge exclusive economic zones with natural resources reserves as well. So that exclusive economic zone will be helpful for the development of economy of that country or the growth of the country. So they will contribute for the growth of the country. And next one is sea lines of communications. So actually, whenever these islands which are very much near to the choke points, means these islands, they play a critical role in managing sea lines of communication during the war or during the crisis. So this is the importance of islands. So because of this, if you are seeing any small island which is seen in news, you have to make a note, and you have to make a note regarding the volcanic eruptions in these islands, etc. Okay. So these are some important things that you have to remember regarding this topic called as Indian Islands, and by this I completed the second chapter. So if you want to get the PDF of this class, join the Telegram channel, link is given in the description box, and don't forget to subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy.